Today we'll be discussing a rather curious gemstone that made headlines back in 2018 by going over a more recent article that I found rather fascinating, as well as an update on it. A jewel that may well be far more precious than the Hope Diamond. This is a rather interesting article via Geology In titled, "This Rare Blue Diamond is Practically a Miracle of Nature." Let's get into it. Botswana unveils once-in-a-lifetime 20-carat blue diamond that could become the most expensive in the world. A remarkable oval-shaped blue diamond weighing over 20 carats has been unveiled to the world by Okavango Diamond Company, or ODC, in Gaborone, Botswana. It is the biggest blue diamond discovery ever made in Botswana. The industry term for naturally colored stones is, quote, fancy, which makes this rare 20.46 carat Okavango blue diamond from Botswana a fancy deep blue, end quote. But even that might be an understatement for a gem that stands out from 99.98% of all other mined diamonds. At 20.46 carats, the gem is one of the rarest stones in the world and sits in the very top bracket of all-time historically blue diamond finds. The oval-shaped gem has been named the Okavango Blue in honor of the Okavango Delta, the country's wildlife-rich World Heritage Site. The company says the diamond is expected to be sold near the end of the year and could rival the Hope Diamond, which is insured for $250 million. Although the Hope Diamond is larger, at 45.52 carats, the Okavango Blue has the edge on clarity. And color, at the end of the day. That's an aside, though. The Gemological Institute of America graded the Okavango Blue as very, very slightly included, or VVS2. It was very likely formed more than 415 miles underground, beneath a part of the inner Earth called the Transition Zone. But what's more immediately striking about this gem is its hue. It gets its azure glow from boron that originated in seawater. Usually diamonds contain a higher amount of nitrogen than boron, because nitrogen is more abundant in the environment and boron doesn't typically exist in the earth where the minerals form, or at least these specific ones. But the Okavango Blue flips the script by containing a higher portion of boron than nitrogen. So how did element number 5 get fused into this diamond? The ocean contains boron, which gets recycled into the bedrock of the Earth's mantle through a process called subduction. When a tectonic plate in the ocean naturally collides with a continental one and slides underneath it, boron gets driven deeper down into the transition zone. The traces get buried over time, and eventually end up in a diamond. Quote, "This is another piece of evidence to support our interpretation of how the planet works," says George Harlow, a geologist and curator for the American Museum of Natural History's Hall of Gems and Minerals. Scientists have only learned about subduction in the past 50 years, Harlow says. So this theoretical idea behind the Okavango Blue's formation further builds on our early understanding of a major planetary process. Still, the exact reason for the diamond's chemical composition eludes mineralogists. Quote, "We don't really understand why the nitrogen is so low," says Harlow. "Diamonds with higher amounts of nitrogen take on a yellowish color, so the near-flawless Okavango is a whopper of a find." So let's talk a bit about news. This gorgeous blue diamond was originally anticipated to go up for sale in 2019. However, economic downturns and the recent pandemic put that on hold. It has most recently been on display at the American Museum of Natural History in New York City. However, in 2022, renewed talks of the diamond going up for auction began anew. But most recently, the ODC has declared that they will not be looking to sell it in 2023 due to market conditions and low demand. In my opinion, when it does go up for sale, it will be a record-breaking diamond and will easily rival the Hope Diamond's value. Even though the Hope Diamond is twice its size. It's going to be big when it finally does go. This was just a very interesting piece of news I wanted to bring you all today, so thank you so much for watching. If you haven't yet, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. It tremendously helps the channel. Smash the notification button, that little wha-bam, little blue bell down there, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a good day.